Check 1, 2. Welcome everybody to the show. Today's January 5, 2023. And this right here is a trigger alert. Trigger alert. Ding, ding, ding. Trigger alert. Don't get triggered. Don't get triggered, especially
if you're a female, especially if you have a vagina.
How you doing, everybody? Mark Scotty reporting. Having a good time with his new toy. So welcome to the program today. We're going to talk about a guy. It was kind of a weird story, and then it became a little more interesting as you dive in a little bit. The story of Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate. Who's Andrew Tate? Andrew Tate is some guy out there, some real man. He's very masculine, very, very manly. I'll put his picture up. There he is. Oh my God, what a man! That is fucking. Are you attracted? He's got a what is it? Like a serpent on his tattoo. His tattooed breast. It looks like the head of some sort of, I don't know, maybe a snake. Is he a snake? Is he a man? Is this a real man? Is he the man of the year, or is he a sex trafficker and a abuser of women, as he's alleged to be in the nation of Romania, where he went, where 6 women lined up to say he took advantage of me. He tried to turn me towards porn and other allegations. But who is the guy? The guy is a self-made. What's called an influencer, I guess, for lack of a better term. He is out there and he's making millions and millions of dollars, and like a good rapper, he's flaunting it. He's not hiding it. He's not saying that I'm not making all this money, hundreds of millions of dollars allegedly. But he's saying, give me $49 a month and I'll show you how I did it. He's selling memberships to his his vision. Now, is that in itself a bad thing, paying $49 a month to be entertained by some man telling you how to be a real man and advance in the world? I don't think so. I think it's fair game. Now, it stems into his attitude towards women, that they are he objectifies women in some respects. That's the fundamental argument here. And what did he allegedly do? Is he a sex trafficker? Is he a guy exploiting women for their sexuality against their will? Is he a rapist? Is he a misogynist? Well, he claims that he is a misogynist, but in itself, is that really a bad thing? He is a misogynist. The only difference between him and people like, I don't know, Trump, for example, is that he admits it. He says, yeah, women are, they need to be put in their place. They need to be, smacked around sometime. Most of the Middle East would agree with that. I'm not making it up. I don't agree with it. Again, my opinions are not. I don't have an opinion. I'm just giving you the facts. There are nations in this world that believe that Andrew Tate should be man of the year. And look at the body, women. Look what you get, man. You get, not only do you get 100 million, but you get Andrew Tate coming at you. He's coming at you. So we'll look at Tetragrammaton Ghost that we know is a female out there in Arizona in cow country, says he's gross. He's gross.
I think he's gross. He's got big muscles and probably a small penis. I don't like him.
I'm not making fun of you, but that's what it sounds like in my head. We'll find out. I mean, who is he? It's got 100 million. I don't know how many subscribers or people that subscribed to his view, his worldview, and gave him $49. But there's a lot of them, and by the end of the program, we'll look and see which it is, and then you can decide. We'll do a survey. Is Andrew Tate a dangerous sex trafficker, or is he just an ordinary man, a real man, the kind of man that a woman wants to be with, and other men want to be like? So we'll find out. Very, very American story, if you will. I guess he's not. He's half American. He's British, and allegedly he also has Romanian citizenship. So he's got like I think he has. I don't know if he's a citizen of Romania. I know he has dual citizenship in the U.S. and UK. So we'll look at that fascinating story. My name is Marcus Conte. There's other things going on. The Pope is dead. The House of Representatives is deadlocked. Can't pick a House Speaker. They broke late last night. They had a vote after they had pizza to adjourn. So they're dragging their feet. They're not in any kind of rush to make it happen. And what else? Yeah, the Idaho killer. I apologize. I did a whole video calling him the Ohio killer, that guy, the guy who killed the 4 students in Idaho. And he's back in Idaho. They got him. They came to Pennsylvania. They extradited him. He's back. And, look at that story, the Idaho killer. Yeah, I have a website. Every morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are live somewhere, somehow. Right now we're on YouTube. We love YouTube for doing it. Shows are simulcasted across Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute, Facebook, Twitter, Getter, Truth Social, and wherever else you consume your social media. If you really want to show what kind of man you are or woman, I have a tip jar and Patreon if you want to contribute to this effort, and also Granny Cat. Granny Cat loves you. Granny Cat. Let's put Granny Cat up. Fuck this logo shit. Put Granny Cat up. Yeah, see? Granny Cat. Granny Cat is going to help us, or maybe Batman. Maybe Batman. Maybe this is a Batman show, excuse me. We'll say Batman is the real man, because Batman is extremely manly. He's a male cat. He was a black male cat. Now he's a black spirit, all right? Because Black Lives Matter, all right? So thank you everybody for joining me. What else we can talk about? Oh, let's ask Thich Nhat Hanh. Thich Nhat Hanh, the great. We'll start our show off with a little word from our spiritual sponsor, Thich Nhat Hanh, on mindfulness. Tell us, Ty.
When mindfulness touches something, it improves the quality of that something, and that is why your breathing has become more harmonious. Calmer, and that produces a more pleasant feeling within your body and your consciousness. So deep
pleasure, more pleasure in the body. I'm listening, teacher. I'm listening.
Slow means breathing in. I notice that my in-breath has become deeper. Breathing out, I notice that my out-breath has become slower. It only means that the quality of my breathing has been improved. When mindfulness touches something,
wow! Thank you, Guru. Guru is telling us that mindfulness improves your body and your mind by just doing it. It's not rocket science. He's saying, be mindful, and suddenly you relax your body and your mind. Right? So that's what we're going to try to do today. We're going to try to relax our mind as we dive into this touchy subject of Andrew Tate. In the chat, our women are speaking. We have Weevil Girl says women are more. Where is it? Women are more attracted to personality than looks. Okay, I agree. And Tetragramma Ghost echoes that. Most guys don't know that. Personality, man. All right, I'm going to try to. I have so much personality because I want women. I am personality filled, even though I'm the one tooth prophet today. I'm still extremely attractive to women because of my magnetic personality. So thanks for that insider tip. We have insider tips from our women in the chat today. Are going to help us not lead with our other head when we talk about this. When I talk about this, because it is possible. So not the Pope, but the former Pope who retired because he was getting really old, Benedict, the German Hitler Youth, who rose to the ranks of Pope, died, 95 years old, had a wonderful life, and he did the right thing. Instead of everybody having to deal with him for 5 years with no mind, he retired many years ago, about 5 years ago, and he passed the buck to the new Pope. So here we are. Let's spring to Italy, the Vatican. There's the dead old Pope, former Pope, and they are chanting in Italian or Latin. Just look at some of the imagery. There they are. He's dead. There's the Pope. Let's listen to the Pope. It's in two separate languages. Come on, man. Come on, guys. Pick a language, man. Pick a language. We don't need to know what you're saying, per se, but look at all these men. These are all men, Catholic men, who, I don't know, arguably are sex traffickers, and a lot of them like, little boys. Some of them do. And that's not that's an open secret now. That's pretty much revealed and smearing the Pope while he's at mass. I like this Pope. I always have. I think he listens. He's from Brazil. He's South American, first South American Pope. But the old Pope is dead, and they're sending him off in style. Look at all the people out there in the Vatican City. Have you ever been? I've been. It's a fascinating place, and those Italians, boy, they know how to do religion. They know how to do religion. And there's and we got a commercial. We got to go commercial, break the commercial. What is she selling? I don't know. So Benedict, at some point they're going to put him in the ground, I guess. That's how they do it with popes. They bury him in the ground. A little glimpse of the nativity, there's people hanging out. And people loving him. People loving it. They love their pope. They love their pope like the British love their king. So Pope is dead. So let's talk about the House. House remains without a speaker. Without no speaker of the House, that's a problem in America. Without a speaker of the House, you have no committees, zero legislation coming down the pipe. Everything is stalemate. They're sitting around waiting to break. They're voting and sitting around eating pizza, and the business of the country is awaiting. So it's a power struggle. If you're not from the great United States, or you're just not following it, there is a fraction, a part of the Republican Party that doesn't like McCarthy because he's run of the mill, and the 15 or 20 Republicans there, young aggressive Republicans, say that a vote for McCarthy is a vote for business as usual. And so they're demanding committee appointmentships prior to their vote. Say, we want to investigate certain things like election integrity in our country, quid pro quo from this president, Hunter Biden's laptop revealed. We want to dive into exactly how our enforcement agencies are infiltrating social media and preventing free speech. We want to know about these things. And the Republican Party is saying, just vote for McCarthy and shut the fuck up. So it is a stalemate. I hope that the Republican holdouts get their committee positions, and let's do it already. Here they are deciding. The big decision wasn't who's going to be House Speaker, but should we break? Should we take a break? Look how tensuous it got. Listen to this.
For what purpose does the gentleman from Oklahoma seek
Move
recognition?
that we adjourn until noon tomorrow.
The question now occurs on the motion of the gentleman from Oklahoma. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. No.
So they took a vote, and the House gavelled back into session on Wednesday night after taking a lengthy pizza break, only to quickly adjourn until Thursday, that's today, as the lower chamber guests' quests for a speaker remains elusive. So McCarthy having a problem, not getting through the finish line. 5 votes later, the precedence is 9, maybe 100 years ago, where a single party couldn't pick a leader. So I think it's good news for the American people. There is a tension in there. You could argue that Trump created it in 2016 and 2020 and is still creating it 6 years later. Or you can speculate also that the country, the mind of the country is changing. They want real answers to these problems. They know that they're being silenced and manipulated and forced into medical conditioning and all this stuff, right? So they're tired of it. And they want representatives that are going to free them up, right? And let them be already. So that's really all I want to say about that. The vote will continue today, Thursday, and maybe by the end of the week we'll have a Speaker of the House and get some legislation down the pipe and decide already. Bryan Kohberger, the Idaho killer, not the Ohio killer, as Conte previously stated, but the Idaho killer, to face quadruple murder charges. There he is. He was in they evacuated the airport because he had to take a piss and there was no plane there was no toilet on the plane or some ridiculous thing. So they're taking very, very strict precautions with this particular murderer. I don't know why. Is he? I mean, it's not hard to contain one guy when you got an army around him. But maybe they're afraid he's gonna jailbreak. He's gonna jailbreak. What does it say? I guess that's the car driving away. Whoop-de-doo. Oh, good video, man. I got the back of the car driving away. I'm a reporter, man. Here's a shot. Here's a latest shot of him in his red scrubs. He's a murderer. I could see it in his eyes. Look at those shifting man eyes, right? He has no personality. Or he has a lot of personality. I love him. But there he is. He's been extradited back to Idaho, and he is awaiting. He's awaiting his quadruple murder charges there in the great state of Idaho. So also in murderer news, 5 minors among 8 dead with gunshot wounds in Utah. So Idaho and Utah, what the hell is going on? I don't know. 8 people, including 5 minors, were discovered dead inside a Utah home Wednesday. 3 adults and 5 children were all found dead with gunshot wounds after officers. What a fucking tragic story. That's all we got on this one so far. It's a town of 8,000 residents, very small town. Why did a man shoot 8 people and kill them, 5 children or 4 children? I don't know, probably for the same reason this psychopath shot or was, stabbed with a butcher knife or a fucking machete. He killed 4 students in Idaho. But crazy world we live in, right? Crazy. All men. So let's talk about this guy. Here he is. He says Andrew Tate, and he's a very influential influencer in the world. He is not in jail right now. He's being detained in Romania for 30 days. It doesn't look like he's sitting in a prison or anything like that. He was detained and likely to come back to the U.S. or something. I'm not really sure of the details, but he's not behind bars at this point. But let's find out what the post says. You learn what you learn for $49.99 a month at Andrew Tate's Hustler University. And here's some. Let's watch the blacks beat up other blacks. Let's watch the circus. But this is in a town near you. Blacks gone wild, beating each other up in a Walmart over candy, and I'm gonna kick your ass, bitch.
I'm gonna kick your ass, bitch. Come here. Take that shit, motherfucker. Give it. Come on.
Yeah. So you got all this going on while Andrew Tate. Thank you, New York Post, for that video. Notorious social media influencer Andrew Tate and his charade of so-called professors claims to be teaching nearly 200,000 men, young men, each paying $49.99 a month, how to become rich like them. Not unusual. How many scams and ripoffs and truthful movements like this are there in the world? Pay me $49 and I'll give you all the inside scoop on how I made the money. That's a, ancient capitalist sell. I show you I'm rich, and I show you how to become rich for $49.99 a month. Is that a bad thing? Hardly. People spend $49.99 on half the purchase of sneakers. That's less than one Starbucks coffee a month. Is that a good deal to maybe get rich from a guy who is rich? I don't think so. I don't see any problem so far. Let's continue. Retail worker Blake Phillips, 22, of Oklahoma, said he's learned a ton of things on the jailed social media guru's mysterious wealth creation platform, The Real World. The online safe harbor is billed as the second part of Tate's three-step plan, beginning with Hustler University, which they do have a website. Here it is, Hustler University 2.0. You can join. Enroll now. $49 by signing up today. Lock in the price quick before it's too late. So he has that. Designed to appeal to young men who want to be their own bosses and work from home. Well, that's fair enough. Most young men want to be their own boss. They don't want to take no shit from somebody else. They want to dish out the shit. And I don't want to leave my house. My house is comfortable. Why do I gotta go? Why do I gotta go? Put on my costume and go hang out with somebody else and make money. I'm gonna do it myself. So far he's offering something that is appealing to people, I think. Designed to appeal to young men, yes, he is. Each whom purportedly has raked in more than $1 million in profit, they say. The creators, here he is, unapologetically rich. This is what people want to see. There's no shame here. If you want to point to shame here, you got to point at every rapper, alive right now who has made their back on the notion of misogyny, men first, wheeling and dealing, ruthlessness, piling your money up and counting it where everybody could see it. Right? Bling blang, fucking unabashingly flashing cash in the video. Smoking a fat cigar, playing chess, motherfucker. This guy doesn't care. He's like, you all want money, you just don't know how to get it. All right, that's his pitch. All right, there he is. Unashamedly, who's this guy? Who's this young man? Mr. Blake is a student and he's loving it. He loves it. He's glad to pay his $49. Phillips said he's paid for 2 months of real world tutelage. Now remember, this guy's being held in Romania, not held, but locked in Romania as we speak on sex trafficking charges. Women are coming from out of the woodwork saying,
He misled me. He misled me. He touched me when I didn't want him to touch me.
all right, they're doing that routine again that we see often in situations of ambush. All right? Red flag. Is Andrew Tate being ambushed? Is Andrew Tate being attacked because he has money and power and an opinion, a world view of what he considers the opposite sex, women? Right? Why are they coming after him? Why here? Why now? Why Andrew Tate? Is it real? Is it true? Is he abusing these women, these 6 women who are coming forward? Are they just like the ones that came forward and accused Elon Musk of dropping his drawers on a plane, or the accusations that Trump pissed on hookers, or Andrew Cuomo smacked bitches around in the office? You see the parallel there? We have to find out if it's true or false. If it's true, then he's got some explaining to do. If not, it's just a political attack because they don't like that he's doing this, right? He's cutting into our profits, says the rappers, right? The rappers are like, come on, man. If this is our lane, man. Andrew Tate's in our lane. We do the bling blang and the Lamborghini and the bling blang with the flashy money and the jewelry. So I think it's the latter so far. It looks like a smear job on this guy. Tate, who is believed to be worth $100 million and boasts 4.3 million followers on Twitter. 4.3 million followers Andrew Tate has. Why would government want to knock down a guy who has 4.3 million subscribers? Right? Accuse him of something, and then Twitter has to take it down because he's a criminal. See, he's a criminal. We saw it. Prior to any trial, he is... If the agencies, American law enforcement says he's guilty before a trial, he is therefore guilty in the eyes of the public, right? Is he guilty? No, he's not guilty because there hasn't been any trial. There has been nothing thus far. So let's consider him innocent. Let's do that other thing in America that we used to do, which is innocence until proven guilty. You could see the mounting. Why does a guy, why does a 100 millionaire really need to smack around women? He attracts a certain type of women. It appears. Maybe women, the women, are there people that enjoy aggression in sex, both male and female, bizarre, unexplainable sexuality of urine and feces and subordination and domination. These are all sexual, ideas that people engage in. And some women might be attracted to a alpha male who wants to smack them around. I don't know. I really don't know. What kind of smacking around? Like pat on the ass or... he made me do something I didn't want to do. I came here to do what I wanted to do, and he made me do something else. Sort of like that. So what else can we find out? Nice car, man. Nice car. What is it? I guess that's a Porsche convertible. Well, you get envious, right? You don't have to be you just look at the image and you say, this guy's interesting. He's an interesting man. He's got his... he's not my kind of guy, It's a little too bling blang, and I don't know if he sleeps very well at night. I tend to wonder about that. His money-making education platform bills himself as a global community for anyone looking to acquire an abundance of wealth. Fair enough. Through advanced education and mentoring from millionaire experts. He is a millionaire, therefore he is an expert on being a millionaire. His experience. He's teaching through experience. He's not some jerk off in academia sitting at Stanford University who never was in business at all, ever, never even tried, got out of school, went back into school, got an MBA, got a PhD, and is now sitting in the bowels of Stanford and Harvard and Yale teaching business where they don't know anything about business. You can't teach what you haven't experienced, period. If you have not experienced making $1 million, you cannot teach it. All right, so it makes him an expert. Right? He is the teacher, period, so far. For $49.99 a month, users select one of 5 skills and receive complete online business models in fields like copywriting or e-commerce. All right. All right, those are all, pretty good stuff, right? He's a student, positive influence. This young man says that he was a very positive influence in his life. I'm going to make the downside argument in a second. Just let's flush out this stuff right here. Phillips Madden represents himself online as a copywriting and freelance expert, as his Twitter profile brags. He turned his skills into 6 figures. So his testimony. We're going to look at the women who say Andrew Tate misled them. But right now we're looking at a young man who says he made 6 figures following Andrew Tate's instruction. Madden, who has more than 38,000 followers on Twitter, did not return messages. Didn't return messages. Andrew Tate influences on young men before lauding. He's a kickboxer, Tate. We'll learn some details about him. He's a kickboxer. He's obviously in amazing condition. Look at the body. I mean, the body speaks, right? You don't get a body like this. You're not born with a body. You're born with the ability to become like this, but this still requires a lot of work. Your chest and arms and shoulders don't blow out like that unless you are mindful and you work on it every day. So he's a physically aware human being, a kickboxer. A guy could kick your ass, right? He fights, man. He loves to fight. He's a fighter. And if you're a woman and you don't like fighters, stay away, right? Because that's what he is. He's a fighter. He's a guy who knows who spends his time trying to punch the other man in the face and make him unconscious, right? That's what he likes to do. He likes to get in the ring. He likes to buffy up his muscles and either use his knees and kick, put his knee into the other guy's testicles or stomach or back and use his fist to uppercut the guy in his jaw and knock him unconscious. Right? That's what he enjoys, right? On the side. Tate, who remains detained in Romania. He's detained in Romania. My unmatched I don't know what they're talking about. He likes to play bass. I don't know. He's a bass player. Your membership includes. So that's we'll see more. Hustler University previously allowed members to take part in an affiliated marketing program. We already know that. There he is with another bling blang bloom. Count your money. That's a beautiful car. Look at that beautiful car. It's a very expensive, beautiful car in a kind of a rust gold. Look, he's pumping his own gas. He's a real man. Real men pump their own gas. I'm surprised he didn't get the woman, the woman to do it, right? If he's a real man, if he is who he is, why is he pumping his own gas? He get the bitch to do it. Yo bitch, get out the car and pump the gas.
Okay, Andrew, I love you.
Right, something like that. That's probably what it sounds like. So he says women are intrinsically lazy, some responsibility for being sexually and bear some responsibility for being sexually assaulted. I don't know about that. I know that I would beg to differ. Are women intrinsically lazy? I would say some women are intrinsically lazy, as are some men. Most humans are intrinsically lazy. Most humans are responsible for, for what happens to them in some respects, not being sexually assaulted. But of the women that came to see Andrew Tate, allegedly 6 of them didn't like what happened. But they wouldn't, if they didn't like what happened, they knew who they were getting in the ring with. You're getting in the ring with a millionaire who likes to knock people unconscious for a living and is openly misogynistic, says that men are superior to women. So I would say that the women that got already on face value, who got involved with this guy, are already somewhat at fault. Somewhat. What else we got? I know for a fact he's been a positive influence, not just to men. There's plenty of women out there who feel the same way. So it's not all the women. Some women are like, okay, I want to listen to what he has to say, and maybe I can be less, self-absorbed and what words did he use? Less lazy. Right? I'm gonna get going, man. What else we got? So, incendiary influencer Andrew Tate brother arrested on sex trafficking allegations. All right. So now we know who Andrew Tate is. And let's look at the images of the SWAT team coming in. He's a sex trafficker. Here come the alphabet agencies to stop his momentum. Is it real? Is it fake? I don't know. I'm looking at the images like everybody else. It looks like a lot of police, a lot of guns, crashing in his home, raiding his place out there in Romania. Incendiary social media influencer Andrew Tate and his brother were busted in Romania Thursday related to sex trafficking allegations, according to a report. Police in tactical gear descended on a villa where Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan were staying Thursday to detain the British brothers on kidnapping and rape charges, judicial sources told Romania. Video shows the officers, blah, 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 cutting him down, escorting Tate into a car. Brothers inside the villa against their... Brothers in April had allegedly detained 2 young women, one with American citizenship, one with Romanian citizenship, inside the villa against their will, where they were subjected to, quote, physical violence and mental coercion. All right, what kind of physical violence and what exactly is mental coercion? To take off your pants and show us what you got. And the woman says no. And then they say again, take off your pants and show us what you got. And the woman thinks maybe. And then suddenly she's standing there naked. Is that coercion? Is that, I don't know. I don't know what the answer to that is. But why are you standing in the fucking place with these animals, these alleged animals, people that, if you're not interested in a guy who knocks people unconscious for a living, who's built like a fucking bodybuilder and has $100 million in the bank and is open about exploiting women, why are you in the fucking house? Why are you there? All right. So it's just a question. I mean, I love women. I love women. It's not an anti-women thing. It's just, these are the facts so far. And I'll be the first one to say that I'm wrong if it turns out that there's clear and convincing evidence that he's a rapist. He's got guns. He's got brass knuckles. He's got cigars. He's got piles of money. Bling, blang. All right. Police said Tate allegedly formed an organized crime group. Now it's a conspiracy. And sexually exploited women by forcing them to perform pornographic demonstrations for the purpose of producing and disseminating through social media platforms. Well, pornography is legal if it's a consenting adult. And sometimes women are not aware that they're going to become a porn star. They kind of sort of agree to it, you know. What is pornography? I mean, what's next? They make pornography. Every woman in pornography has been coerced and misled by a rich white man. Is that next? Pornography is illegal. Can't do it. It's exploitation. Look at Max Hardcore. Max Hardcore, I actually had a conversation with, not in a podcast, but I had a phone conversation with him many years ago regarding a band I was in, and I had like a 5-minute phone conversation with Max Hardcore. Max Hardcore is a porn star sitting in a Florida jail right now for charges of indecency and rape. Based on the videos, nothing outside of what everybody saw. So it's really a gray area of when you're talking about sexuality. There he is being escorted. He's pissed off. Here he is eating pizza in his robe, smoking his cigar. He's a real man. This is a real man so far. Tate's arrest could have been set off by the Twitter feud with environmental activist Greta Thunberg the prior day. He pissed off the snowflake. He pissed off a snowflake, and now he's being thrown in jail. Sam Bankman-Fried pissed off rich people in America, and he's in jail. You see the correlation there? Is there a prosecution of guys like these guys that make too much money outside of the system? I don't know. It's kind of tilting that way, in my view. It's kind of tilting that way. The controversial influencer tagged her in a post showing off his 33 cars and asked for her address so he could continue to brag that they contribute greatly to pollution. So he's baiting Greta Thunberg. He's given her Thunberg. Greta. He's baiting her, the fucking 20 or 19-year-old. Is she of age at this point? Is she beyond 18 years old? I don't know. But she's opening her trap. And Tate is luring her in. Yes, please do enlighten me. Email me, he said. No. Thunberg hit back. Yes, please do enlighten me. Email me at, and she gives her email address. Thunberg hit back. So is there any connection there? Is Greta Thunberg, the climate activist, responsible in some way for his incarceration or prosecution? Tate initially responded with all right, so there's some bullshit about the activist. Let's look at some more of the facts, and then I don't know. That's all we got. Toxic influencer Andrew Tate is arrested in rape and human trafficking probe involving at least 6 women in police raid on his luxury villa in Romania. 24 hours after spat with Greta Thunberg. All right. So what exactly did he do? Andrew Tate was last night taken into police custody. Where's the women? Prosecutors said the brothers are suspects in an alleged organized crime ring that sexually exploited at least 6 women who were recruited, housed, and forced into performing pornographic videos for sale online. Okay, show me number one, first thing, show me the locks on the doors. Show me where 6 women were held in a locked ward. Have you ever been in a locked ward before? I worked in hospitals. Ask yourself, have you ever been in a locked ward? Do you know what that means? It means that when you go for the door or the window that has been nailed shut, you don't get out. You don't get out. You can't get out because there's somebody standing in front of the locked door or on the other side of the locked door. And even if you get through the locked door, you got to get through the animal standing there with a gun trying to keep you in. So if they were detained, show me the locked doors. Show me the handcuffs. Show me some evidence that these women were detained, as the argument states, detained against their will. That's what I want to see. First, they said in their warrant with regard to the crime of rape, it was noted that in March 2022, an injured person was forced on 2 different occasions by a suspect through the exercise of physical violence and psychological pressure to have sex relations. So they're trying to weave him into a cult leader. He seems to have the traits of a cult leader, and that's how they're trying to paint him. Self-described misogynist Tate and his brother will face questioning by the country's organized crime and terrorism team as part of the probe. Who's behind the probe? Who's behind the probe? You're telling me that American agencies and British agencies are not pushing the Romanians to do this? Does Romania really give a shit about this? I don't know. I don't know. I would like to know. I would like to go one layer down. If anybody could reveal that, maybe drop it into the comments down below. Tell me where give me the evidence that FBI, CIA is activating this kind of thing against the guy, because that's what it kind of sounds like on face value. It sounds like, why him, why now, and why a lot of guys like him right now. Why? Right? He has 200,000 Twitter followers. How many followers on Twitter? He's got a lot. That's an influential guy. Shut him down. Shut him down. Shut him down. He's too big. He's too much. So that's all we really know. There's 6 women out there that said he did bad things to me. That he detained me. He forced me into pornography, and I did things that I didn't want to do.
I feel so violated. I can't live with myself. Lock him up, please.
That's what's going on. It sounds like. So anyway, Hustler University. Let's see what happens when you enroll.
Hold on tight.
Oh my God.
We're about to get rich. Right here, Hustle University. Made impossible.
That's loud. I don't know if it's loud to you. What is the real world? Let's join. Come on, I'm trying to join already. I'm trying to join. You got to give your email address, first name, last name, continue to billing. All right, $49, $49. I'm not going to do it. I could give a fucking flying rat's ass about the guy, but some people might want to. So let's look at the evidence. Let's go let's roll to the audience. Number 1, guilty animal. Number 1 is he's a guilty animal. Or 2, he is a real man. Or 3, too early to tell. So I'll give you those 3. 1, he's guilty. He's a guilty animal. Lock him up. Or 2, he's a real man. Or 3, you can't really tell because it's a little too early. Weevil Girl says he's baiting a mere child. Let's find out. How old is Greta? Greta Thunberg. How old? She's 20. Sorry, Weevil Girl. She is 20 years old. She is 20 years old. Greta. There she is. The beautiful Greta, who now we could say is very beautiful because she's 20. All right. Born January 3rd, 2003, makes her 20 years old, born in Sweden. She's a hot Swedish chick that you want to swing, because you could say that now. She's 20 years old, right? I'll say it. I'll say it for you. I'll say it for you. Greta, come here, Greta. Get a little closer, Greta. Let's grind in the sack. I'm Andrew Tate, motherfucker, and I wanna get inside. I wanna know you better, Greta. I want to know you better, Greta. So survey says it is too early to tell. He's not an animal. That's good, right? So far, it doesn't look like it. Or maybe he is. He's a real man. Nobody's going there. I don't think anybody will either. But it's too early to tell. He's well, listen to this. I'm going to say, at this point, I got to say it's 3. It's too early to tell. However, if it's not 3, it has to be 2, because he's not an animal. He's just a man. He's a guy who used his money, influence, and power, just like politicians do, to wheel women and increase his wealth. All right, so he falls into the category of 2. I don't know. I don't know what you guys think of that. It's a touchy subject. I really, the real man. Nobody's going. Shh. I really, I didn't know what to make of that. I didn't really want to talk about this because it wasn't interesting. A few days ago when the story broke, I wasn't really interested. But now I'm sort of interested. We'll follow along. If you guys are Andrew Tate fans, drop your commentary down into the comments. This is a live show. These are live people right now, but. Later on, if you want to, engage in this conversation, I'll continue it as the news breaks. 30 days in Romania. Where's he going next? Is he coming back to the great United States, or is he going to go to England and face what? Right? Is he facing rape charges? How come he's not in jail? He's not in jail? He's not in jail. So anyway, so thank you all for joining me. I love you guys, man. I really do. That's a tough subject, man. I feel a little dirty talking about that. I don't know why. I need to cleanse myself of the Andrew Tate ism. Hey, Andrew.
I love you, Andrew. You're my